All right, Morning Bull right here on Rock Radio 103.3 The Edge. 8:19 is the time. Just chatting with Steve Montador in studio right now. Steve, what's going on, my man?
Not too much. Just checking out the life section of the USA Today here. The many surprises of Zach Galifianakis. What's up with you?
What's going on in Zach Galifianakis' world today?
I don't know.
He hasn't gotten that deep into the article.
I just like pictures. Pictures work out well this time in the morning.
We got Steve Montador up early this morning, getting ready to go to Ottawa tomorrow night to take on the Senators. Opening day, my man. Are you pumped?
Yeah, a long preseason, painful preseason, although necessary, is nice to be done with, and we can start playing some games for real. So everyone's excited because this is what summer's training for, and this is what preseason's all about, to prepare you for tomorrow night. So it's about time, really. Now,
camp for the defensemen was a bit intense. Maybe not for you, but there was definitely a battle. Does that bring out the best in everybody, or does it put more stress on everybody?
I think that's up to the individual. I think certainly the competitiveness is high, and so that's good for everybody in all the positions, but especially D-Man this year. But yeah, I think some guys might get nervous about it. Some guys might get fired up about it, motivated. Whatever the case, I think that having that amount of competition is, and whatever it brings out in you, is what the coaches want, and they want to see somebody take ownership of that role and make it their job and all of that. So, the more D-man, the better. It's always good to have a lot of D-man because, sometimes few and far between. For sure. Now, the home opener is going down on Saturday, and there's a big party in the Plaza happening right before that. I think if the Sabres had a party in the Plaza, even in the dead of winter, it would still pack the Plaza. Now, you've been around the NHL and a few different teams. The fan presence here in Buffalo, has it caught you off guard? Is it shocking how rabid the fans are, or is it kind of on par with the rest of the NHL? No, definitely a step above. I played in Canada, in Calgary, which, I think that there's a misnomer thinking that all Canadian cities are the best fans, and there's a lot of great fans there in all the cities, but here the Buffalo fans are as good as any, and I've seen people wearing T-shirts outside, like you say, in the dead of winter, going to their games, with Miller on the back or whatever the case, and it's only somebody from Buffalo, I think, that's willing to stand outside in a blizzard and a T-shirt on the way to a hockey game, and really show true passion and true, love of hockey that way. And so, people that are around town, very receptive to the Sabres. You see the stickers and the flags and that in the car and the stores and whatnot, and everyone at the games always show up. They let us know how they're feeling. They're cheering when they like what they see, and they're booing when they're not, and just really, really passionate. And like I say, I've seen a lot around this league as far as what the fans have to offer and the cities have to offer, and this is as good as any for that.
Now, you guys have been talking a lot about a fresh start this year in the Buffalo Sabres. Have you noticed a different sort of attitude with a lot of the players like Pominville, Roy, those guys? They keep mentioning about how they want to step up their game and things like that. Have you just noticed Eye of the Tiger type stuff going on in this preseason so far? Yeah, I think, we've all seen an image of last year's handshake against Boston after we lost, and I think that affected everybody in their own way, but I think a lot of players took that to heart, and I think that the work everyone put in over the summer, everyone came in really good shape, and everyone's had a really good camp, and I think put those things all together, and we realized that it is a new season. We have a lot to prove. We don't want to end up where we were at the end of last year, and we're going to do what it takes to change whatever that is as the individual and the team to step up here. And so it's exciting. It's really, really exciting. Yeah, and there's been some additions to the Sabres this year. Rob Niedermeyer added to the team, and you, I guess, have the most experience with Rob, having played with him on Calgary and in Anaheim. And I mean, did you tell these guys when they were coming into town that, look out, this guy's going to really bring something to the table? What were you telling the rest of the locker room about him? Well, if you ever get to talk to Rob, he's a pretty soft-spoken guy, but and so you might not think he has much to say, but you get talking to him, he's an absolute beauty. He just he loves to have a good time. He loves to be serious when he needs to be on the ice, and he's really good at his job, and all those good things on the ice. But off the ice, he's got probably one of the driest sense of humor I've ever been around, and so I love just looking at him because thinking about him just makes me smile, because we've got about a dozen inside jokes from over the years, and so and that's the one thing that I wanted to convey to the guys, that not only is, I'm sure,
sure they all knew how good of a hockey player he is, but how much fun you can have with him too. And I think that a good veteran presence that adds that as well is good for any team, and I'm glad we have him here.
Awesome. Now, I wanted to get to know you a little bit better. Steve Montador in studio. I think you have probably the coolest last name on the Sabres out of everybody. What nationality is that exactly?
It's derived from the area, so I'm told, between France and Spain, an area called Basque. So it's part Spanish, part French.
I was going to ask because it sounds like it could be from Spain, and I didn't know, like, when you do something cool, like after a fight or something, if you have like a sound effect like Montador or something really cool like that.
Yeah, it's been misspelt and mispronounced a whole lot, but I'd love it if RJ or Harry Neal would put that emphasis in. Maybe I haven't scored as much for them to really get it fired up, or maybe I need to hit someone or fight or something for them to really get in. But yeah, I've got a couple buddies that'll throw in some nicknames like El Matador and whatnot just for. I can't say it, just for jokes. So,
yeah, sure. Like an inside joke kind of thing. Me and my friends, the song Jay-Z and Linkin Park do this like mashup of Encore and Numb.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z comes in, he's like, Encore, do you want more? We put your name in there. Montador.
Yeah, right on. Right.
I thought that could be cool at the stadium, but nobody agrees with me.
Well, if you get a cut for me, we'll fire it up at the rink, and we'll see
I'll have
how
to make
respond
one.
There, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the other cool thing that I noticed on when I Googled your name was that the literal third thing that came up was, does Steve Montador have a girlfriend or wife? Inquiring minds want to know, apparently. It's all over the place.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's literally, like, in Google, I typed in Steve, M-O-N, and then it was Montador, girlfriend, ?
Yeah, my mom Googled me with one of her friends did, and she was with my mom, and my mom brought up that, and I was... not really that impressed, that she would go to those lengths to find out, that kind of stuff. And I also once had a girlfriend, and she saw that too, and it just brought up.
It's issues, probably. I'm sure it's tough.
It's just take it for what it's worth. People, for whatever reason, seem to think it's important for them to spend time in their day on whether or not
Sure.
some hockey players. Seeing somebody or whatever.
I was just curious. I mean, I didn't know if that was like a phenomenon with you, or if it was like all the Buffalo Sabres, or what the case might have been. I just thought it was kind of fascinating. Now, when you're getting prepared for a game, obviously you're quite the bruiser out there. I've watched endless YouTube videos of you fighting people, which is awesome. And I was just curious, like, what gets you jazzed before the game? Like, what gets you really in the zone? Is there a tune you like to hear, or like a particular band or anything like that, or what gets you in the zone for kicking some ass?
I like good energy music, so a lot of the time I listen to Rise Against. I like a couple of Eminem songs. It kind of just depends on the night. I'm a 90s kid, so I like Nirvana and Pearl Jam.
Cool.
I can always listen to Metallica too, so it's kind of a good mix. And I've got a little iPod Shuffle that holds about 150 songs or whatever, and so that's for the most part, bands like that are on there.
Very cool. Do you have a particular Rise Against jam that particularly gets you motivated?
I like the Angel and Prayer of the Refugee probably the most.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Maybe we'll get in some Rise Against for you so we can pump up the rest of the Sabres Nation. Well, the home opener, like I said, Saturday night, Party in the Plaza, going to be going off tomorrow night, taking on the Ottawa Senators. Steve, thanks so much for coming in. It was a pleasure to meet you, and good luck on the season, my friend.
Appreciate that. Thanks a lot for having me.
No problem.